Good afternoon, Vice Forecaster JD Rapp with you in the USA Severe Weather Network Center. We just have a severe thunderstorm warning. We just have a severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued. This is for parts of looks like. Take a look here on the warnings in place app. This is in parts of the Kentucky area. This is in effect for parts in the 4:30 Eastern Daylight Time for parts of Lewis and south until Jackson County and Roxon County. At 4:09, a severe thunderstorm is located near Sand Hill or 8 miles southwest of Mount Vernon, moving at 50 miles an hour here in Kentucky. Yes, has 60 miles of wind gusts and hail of the size of quarters. So, hail damage to vehicles and wind damage is likely. So, if you listen in any of these community, expect some damage and straight line winds and some large hail of the size of quarters. This will expire in 5 minutes. I was just going to give you a quick update on the potentially for some very large hail with this. So, let me do a little velocity on. And you can see the biggest winds. I can see some damage and straight line winds right there. But the biggest risk is going to be some very large hail the size of quarters. So what we'll do is, while we're on, is pull up this here, see if we have any. This will tell me if we have any large hail, and I can tell why the warning got issued. Very large hail right over here by Lexington area right there. That's where the largest hailstones is at in parts of Lexington area. That's where we can indicate some very large hail of that. So definitely there's some storms that could produce some very large hail with them today, with some damage and straight line winds being the biggest concern. The tornado risk is very low today. I'm not going to completely roll a tornado out because the environment is set up sometimes that we could see a brief spin up along this area. So definitely move away from windows if you live in Lexington area. That's where we Leafson area. That's where the strongest part of that hail is at. So we'll put velocity right back on. And just give me a second because I'm by myself today. So put velocity back on. And you can see some of the winds are not been very strong. But there's some gusty winds up to about 60 miles an hour. And let this thing load. It takes a little time. And you can see by Mount Vernon, you're in the warning. So definitely just stay away from windows and let this line of thunderstorms pass you. This is the first severe thunderstorm warning we have. We're not talking about any long track storms today, but these storms could produce some gusty winds today. And especially, there's another storm trying to get us act together right over here by Burnside, right there. If you live in Burnside, there's another strong storm that's trying to get us act together right there. So definitely be aware of that. Pull velocity up. See if we have any rotation. And starting to get a little bit of nose and a little something else here. 40 to 50 miles of wind right here. We could be getting some straight line winds starting to form right there. Not severe yet, but once it gets 60, that's when you have a severe thunderstorm warning over here. And that's why the warning is in effect. So, everybody else by Greensburg, you're okay. I mean, these line of thunderstorms just developed this afternoon, and this is why we're on to let you know. All right, we're going to stay with you just for a few more seconds. New severe thunderstorm warning has been issued. Somerset, you're getting a few showers and thunderstorms your way. That stronger storm's away from you, but I'll soak this area because I have somebody that lives close to that area. No rotation, just some gusty winds, maybe a little bit. And I'll check for potential for hail, and we'll scope that warning out. So just give me a second here. It takes me a little time because since I'm by myself today. Alright, let's get a little zoom in here. Giant size hail by Burnside area. That's where I'm concerned. There could be some gusty winds, possibility of a couple stronger storms that near that area, and that's why we're continuing to watch it. Hold on a second. If you just joined me, that's still showing me signs of some very large hail. Right over here by Burnside. So you live in Burnside, you could be seeing some very large hail over here. And while we're on air, just got a new bulletin for you to pass along to you. We might stay with this line just for a second. New severe thunderstorm warning has been issued at 5 p.m. North Central Lewis County and South Central Kentucky, Jackson County, and North Central Kentucky, Eastern Roxton County, and South Central Kentucky to 5 p.m. At 4:26, a severe thunderstorm is located near Fort Lick, or 10 miles north of 10 miles east of Mount Vernon, moving east around 30 miles an hour. 60 miles of wind gusts and hail the size of quarters. So we could indicate with some very large hail with the storm, and we'll pull up the possibility of some 60 miles of wind gusts with this. Just scoping around here for the scope again, just seeing if we have any winds. Probably just switch around here just to see if we have any. Just give me a second because I have to manhandle this myself today because I'm by myself, definitely. Just mainly some gusty winds with that. And let me switch back to the tools that we use here at the station, at the weather office. All right, I'm going to switch here to just some specific things here. Rain and hail is showing up in that area. That's the thing. I don't see any burgundy. That indicates some very large hail with this, but there is that severe thunderstorm warning that goes in effect in the 28 minutes. I mean, so definitely you might want to stay away from windows. You don't have to go to your safe spot, your tornado safe spot, or anything like that, but there is potentially we could see some damage and straight line winds with this line. So, if you're just joining me this afternoon about almost 3 o'clock, we're tracking a couple strong thunderstorms coming in. And if you live in Burnside, you got a strong cell right there. If you live in Sunset area, you're just getting a quick rain shower. I'll put velocity on just to see if I see any rotation towards Somerset. Don't see any spin to indicate tornadic activity, but I'm not going to completely rule tornadoes out with this event today. So 20% of this coming severe by Somerset area, so that's one good thing. So this is the strongest, and we do got a new storm up here trying to get its act together. 40% of coming severe up here. This could drop some more hail up north of that area. I want to check and see if we have any spin with that. A little rotation at times. Red next to red's up here, green's down there. So that's not really next together. So that's some good news. We'll put everything in motion, and you can just see what we got in place. Every now and then I do see a small rotation spot that pops up in that. But definitely we gotta have to keep an eye on these storms today, as they can spin into sometimes tornadoes, small ones, as it moves in. So we will continue to keep you updated. If we do see a new severe thunderstorm warning be issued, we'll be back with you. Remember, these storms could be strong with hail, high winds, and watching the storm by Burnside area, this storm still is capable of producing some hail, and severe hail is almost about 30%. But this storm is still capable by Burnside of producing some hail right over here. So I'll show you up on my couple tools that we use here. And I love using this tool at times to show people it could produce rain and hail, but it has some giant size hail with that. and that's why we're continuing to watch this. So big drops in the storm. A tornado is not going to be can't be ruled out with this type of environment. You get some spin with this, and you get a little more strong winds right there. So we get getting some damage and straight line winds with this whole line. So we will continue to keep you updated. I'll be here for the even, and we'll get you through all clear as the event passes on.